Hi there, everybody. My name is Carrie. I am City Market's Assistant Outreach and Education Manager. I'm the one who's been sending you all of those emails about class tonight. We're super excited to have you join us for class tonight. We are super excited to have Mulu here as well to teach class. This is the only time you'll see me on screen, but you will hear my voice. What I'm going to do is sit behind the scenes, and there is a question and answer box for tonight's event. So if at any point during class you have a question, you have a comment, you want to interact with our instructor, you can type into that box. I will see it and I will pass along your questions and comments to Mulu. If you're joining us a little bit late, you can always hit live. It's down near the play pause button. It'll just catch you up to where we are rather than making you watch from the very beginning. The one thing we always say about our classes and our recipes is that we have tried to make these recipes written down recipe versions, but a lot of times, a lot of our chefs and instructors cook by feel. So I know Mulu and I have chatted about how we're going to actually make a change to the recipe that was sent out already just to start with. So make sure that you're kind of watching and taking notes rather than just going directly by the printed out recipe that was sent around. And I will, like I said, be behind the scenes. If you have any questions, if you have any tech questions or anything like that, I will see all of those and I can answer those privately as well. So I think without further ado, I'm going to turn things over to Mulu. Mulu, take it away. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming tonight to spend time 1 hour and a half with me. My name is Mulu Tewelde. I'm originally from Eritrea. It's East Africa, northern Ethiopia. So we are cooking Ethiopian, Eritrean. Today we're going to make 2 dishes. I see mushroom. The second one does this at home, but I'm going to show you my way. We're doing beets. It's red beets. We already boiled it. We'll show you how. And then potato, and we seasoning, and we put them in oven. And we're going to start, like Carrie said, we were planning to start with onion, but instead we're going to chop the mushroom and put them in oven. That way the mushroom is going to be dry instead of wet to put it in the sauce. So I'm going to put it for between 15 to 20 minutes in the oven. So I'm going to show you what kind of mushroom we're using tonight. This is our mushroom. I just rinsed them quick with water. So we're going to chop this one first and put them in oven before we start the onion. And then we use Bearberry for the mushroom. It's a spicy. You can do it mild if you want by not adding too much spicy. This is a Bearberry. It's a blend with chili and so many different ingredients. And then we're going to use some butter. If you want to keep it as vegan or vegetarian, you don't have to use it, but this is a ghee. It's clarified butter, so you can use butter at the end before you serve it. So this is what we're going to do. So let's chop the mushroom together, then we'll continue. Feel free to ask me if you have any question. I'm here to answer you. Thank you. One moment, I'm coming back. Forget my knife. Okay, so we're going to chop it. Just wash my hand, and then I have the mushroom. Let's chop the mushroom first. So we do it not too small, not too big. It's kind of bite-sized. I'm going to show you, just like this. So when you eat it with Injera, with this food, we serve it with a bread called Injera. It's a fermented bread. Or you can serve it with rice or any favorite bread. You can serve it, but we eat everything with Injera. Injera is fermented bread. It's kind of sourdough, but spongy. I told people when they try the Injera first day, either they will like it or not like it. I don't think it's something in between. Some people love Injera. Some people taste it and they say, this is not for me, which is okay. Yeah. So just while I'm chopping, I don't want you to feel bored. I'm going to tell you about myself a little bit. So as I told you where I came from, I've been here in Vermont since 2006. I think it's 16 years, if I'm correct, my math. And yeah, I learned everything, the snow, the cold weather, coming from warm. But before I moved here, I was in Montreal. So I learned how to feel the cold in Montreal before I came here. I think it's similar, maybe a couple of degrees different. So where I came from is not cold. It's always sunny. Even though we call it, we have 4 seasons. But the 4th season is basically rainy season, maybe cloudy, a little bit chilly. You can wear just sweater, light jacket. That's all if it's cold. If it's hot, it's not too hot, but just perfect. Maybe between 75 to 80. Some area of where I came from could be 100, but that's too much. I didn't go that area. I didn't live that area. So winter is coming, but if you eat my food, you will feel warm because it's so good.
It's very warming, yes.
Yeah. So hopefully, let Carrie know where are you watching us. And plus, if you are cooking with me tonight, please let us know. I'm happy if you're cooking with me tonight. If you're not cooking with me, you can watch me and then you can cook this weekend. Same food. So I do, this is cooking class, but I have some takeout dinner once a month in local kitchen in Burlington, where I rent. I do once a month takeout dinner. You buy ticket online. Maybe Carrie will send you. It's from 7 days. She will find it from 7 days. Buy ticket in advance. You come there, pick your food, and you enjoy your food at home. This weekend, this Saturday, I'm going to make our special dish called spicy chicken called dorowat. So that's big menu for the meat eater. For the vegetarian, it's going to be lentils. It's come with 2 dishes. Total is 3 dishes plus injera. So yeah, so thank you. If some of my customers are watching me tonight, I appreciate you a lot because of you. That's why I'm doing again and again, even the cooking class. And also, I better say it in the beginning, I'm just thank you to City Market for invite me over and over because then I can share my culture, my food, whatever.
We love having you.
Thank you. So we are almost halfway done. So this is the mushroom. We are keep chopping, and we're going to put them here in the pan. And we can put a little bit of olive oil before you put it, not to be sticky. But as you know, it's not going to be too sticky because mushroom, when it's cooked, it's a little watery. So putting it in the oven will give us a little bit dry and a little bit crunchy, not to be wet in the sauce.
I'm just going to move the tray a little bit.
Oh, sure.
So that they can see you.
Yeah, I can put it here.
Perfect. Yep.
Thank you. Excellent.
Yeah, so if people want to put into the chat where they're watching from, that would be awesome. We'd love to know where our audience is tuning in from. And I just put links to Mulu's website and the 7 days takeout dinner tickets in the chat.
Or if you're free Sunday morning between 11 to 3, I do indoor market in Winooski. It's called 4 Quarters Brew, if I say it correct. Yeah, always feel free to email me, contact me if you have any question regarding of my cooking, my takeout dinner, or my farmer market, or if you want catering, family, friend.
And if you're just tuning in for the first time to one of Mulu's classes, she's done other classes with us before, and those recordings are up on our website, so you can watch the whole library of Mulu classes. I will put that link in chat as well for our class recordings.
This is mushroom. Some people ask me if it's common in Ethiopia or Eritrea. Not a lot of places is common to eat mushroom, but some places we eat a lot of veggie, like lentils, greens, cabbage, carrot, all these dishes we eat. But mushroom is not every corner of where I came from. They eat it. Some people they cook it. Some people they don't know what to do with it. So, but if you cook it with a spicy and so slow cook, I know a lot of you eat mushroom. Maybe you cook a different way, but this way it just give you good sauce. It's a sauce.
So somebody asked, is Bearberry available in the bulk section at City Market? And it's not in the bulk section, but it is in the spice section in the aisle. There's
Yes.
we carry teeny tiny spice companies Bearberry.
Yeah,
So it's
they
not in
have
bulk,
that.
but it's in a container.
Exactly. Or if you need a bigger amount, you can buy from me. You can contact me. Or if you need more bigger amount, you can go Amazon.com. They sell it in a pound by pound. You can find it in Amazon as well. But if you want to try first a small amount, you can check the City Market one.
Mm-hmm. Or talk to Mulu, because I like Mulu's blend better. They're both good, but I like yours.
No, it's a Ethiopian Bearberry, the one they have downstairs from City Market. It's say from Ethiopia. It's a small amount, but it's good to start with. If you like it or not, to try them if you want. Yeah. I hope we answer your question. If that's the question.
John watching from London. So welcome.
Woo! Hello, John. Welcome, welcome. I don't know if it's too late to sleep.
Yeah, so it's a little late to start cooking.
But
here.
it's worth it to watch.
Next time. Yeah, a little too late to cook. So just watch them and then another time.
I'm just enjoying it. People is just food connect us together, even though we are from the end of the world and from west to east, wherever we are watching, just connected because of the food.
Yeah, I know we've had this question come up before. We don't really have, other than you, right? There's no like brick and mortar Ethiopian or Eritrean restaurants.
Yeah.
You have to kind of go to like Montreal.
Exactly. It's just kind of if it's most of you been in big city or visiting or living, you go every corner, you will see maybe a diversity restaurant, especially Ethiopian restaurant if you live in DC, Virginia area in a big city. Yeah, but here, either me or I have another lady, is my friend, her name is Alganish. She does the same thing, Ethiopian Eritrean food as well. It's not a restaurant. So people mostly, they go to Montreal or Boston to get some closer. Or don't worry, you don't have to drive anymore. Mulu is here. So yeah, I didn't go to school to be a cook or a chef, but well, it's just passion, loving. I never think I will do this cooking class, but you know, when something is, you love it, you come for it. So yes, I was cooking for friends and family. That's the way I started to become more into cooking and to sell the food, you know, but first it was just family and friend. There we go. We're almost done. I'm going to show you. We're not quite finished yet, but just look at this. You can chop them. You will see at the end how much it's going to be shrink. It look like a lot, but when we put it in the oven, it's so small. So yes, we eat a lot of veggie. I mentioned earlier for you. The reason we eat a lot of veggie, where I came from, is two things. One is we have a lot of Lent for the year. Mostly the month is Lent, like fasting. So the fasting is we don't eat dairy or meat products, so we have to eat veg. The second thing why we eat a lot of veggie is cheaper than meat, because a lot of people, they save the meat for holidays or for weekends mostly. But we eat lentils, chickpea. It's a shiro called shiro. It's a dish called shiro. It's a sauce. It's from chickpea powder, but with a lot of seasoning. That's almost every single day you can eat. So
you've done shiro with Mulu before. The video is just not up yet. Are there any dishes that are made with the whole chickpeas, or is it always ground up into flour?
Usually the whole chickpea we do it as salad sometimes, but mostly we do it. Not the chickpea you got there, the big one. The one we make it for shiro is very tiny one, smaller, mostly orange color. And yeah, the one here in the can or dry one, it's a little bigger. Ours is more smaller. Yeah, so Mostly it's from chicks. We do that, not other dishes with the beans. There we go. Perfect. We're almost there.
I just try to schedule Mulu all the time because I like eating her food. So if she teaches the class, then I get to eat her delicious food. So getting the whole repertoire. I'm curious to know if anybody who is watching us has cooked or eaten Ethiopian and Eritrean food before. Are people tuning in because it's totally new cuisine to them, or are they tuning in to learn another recipe from a cuisine they already love? So let me know in the chat. Let us know.
Perfect. Yeah, we almost ready this one. Then put this one in the oven. Then going to start our onion. It's a lot of prep, a lot of chopping, but at the end, it's good.
And they shrink so much. It's not. You're right. Like it looks like a ton of mushrooms.
Yeah,
they shrink so little.
It shrink, yes. If your kids, or if you have some, if you have kids, sorry if I jump on it, but if they don't like mushroom, you can cook this way. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know it's mushroom. It's gonna be hidden by the bearberry, with the tomato. So unless they chew and they feel it, so you can feed them this way.
Somebody watching says the cuisine is new to me. They're very excited.
Ooh.
And somebody else asked, are you using the whole mushroom or are you taking off the stem? And you're not bothering to take off the stem?
No, I don't take the stem. Yeah, I'm using the whole mushroom. Yeah.
Great. Someone else says they love Ethiopian food and they miss living in a city that had a restaurant close to them.
Yeah.
So now you can learn to make it yourself and make all your favorites.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm coming back in January, so keep watching the city market one by the end of this year or next year. I mean, you can cook every time you want Ethiopian food. You don't need to go to a restaurant. I will show you easy, simple, and delicious.
Want to learn how to make Injera? There's a video from Mulu up on the
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, you can make Injera at home. Definitely, it's very easy. Maybe first time, no success. Don't be scared. We'll try a couple of times. For sure, will come out well after a couple of try. I don't think first try will be good Injera, even though for me, I made it for many years. Still, sometimes I struggle.
So you think you've made probably like 10,000 Injera, or at least?
Oh my God! Yeah, if you make it like I used to make 150 or 125 a month. So how many is for a year? That's a lot, yeah. When we do that pop-up dinner, so we used to do a lot, yeah.
Somebody else says they've never made this cuisine, but they love it, so they love eating it. So again,
perfect.
try it out.
So the way I'm making the sauce, you will see it soon. You can start the sauce, the base, the same thing. If you don't like mushroom, you can use for lentils, different meat. So the base is almost the same if you cook lentil, spicy lentil, or spicy beef. So
yeah, I love it. As long as you have a container of Bearberry, you have the base for a lot. Like it's all this kind of pantry stuff like onions and. Courtney says, watching from St. Albans, but I grew up in Montclair, New Jersey, where there's an amazing Ethiopian restaurant that they go to. Family. Tried a few recipes, but it never quite tastes good.
Oh, I know the restaurant called Mosop. Maybe that's the one. It's called Mosop. So yeah, I know it's. Yeah, if you are coming, St. Albans, did she say? Oh, it's not far.
St. Albans.
Yep. Okay.
Yep, you're right.
Yes. Yeah. My son and my husband went that restaurant. That's why I know. Yeah. Here we go. We're done. I'm going to wash my hand quick, and I'm coming back. We're going to put some oil and put it in the oven. Okay. Okay, I'm moving my way. Here we go. So we're done chopping the mushroom. Here we go. So I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil, then I'm going to put them in the oven. So while this one is cooking for 20 minutes, we are going to chop our onion and stir the sauce. So stay with me, don't go anywhere. It's going to be nice result at the end. Even if you don't taste it tonight, for sure you're going to make it at home. Would be nice. So this is going to the oven for 20 minutes.
Yep, and the oven is right around 400, which is what we asked to have it set for the potato and beet dish.
Yes.
You'll notice that
nice.
when Mulu and I were talking about this recipe class, we started with the idea of a beet salad, but then we realized it's cold and we wanted something warm and comforting, so we went with the roasted beets and potatoes instead. So we'll do 20 minutes-ish in a 400-degree oven.
Yes, correct. Perfect.
Yep. Courtney said, yes, that's the restaurant. Unfortunately, they are temporarily closed, probably with the pandemic.
COVID, maybe. Yeah. It's a lot of problems with this COVID. So yes, we're going to start our onion now. Yep. Going to bring clean cutting board and clean knife, just not smell much. So we're going to chop our onion.
So I lied. You will see me on camera one more time.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There we go. So yes, our onion is here. We have about between, this is kind of a little smaller, so we can use about maybe 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds. So I'm going to chop.
They were very small, so I think you might want an extra.
That's okay. Good. The more is better. So basically, the sauce make it thicker of the onion. So we are using a lot of onion, but you're not going to feel, if you don't like onion after it's cooked, you don't feel it a lot in chewy. I'm chopping them very small dice. So I'm going to show you how I do it. For sure, you have a way to do chopped onion, but this is I do. So
I think one is for the potatoes and beets, right?
yes, I say
okay,
one.
Great,
Here we
perfect.
go. Yeah, yeah, we have that. Roast a little bit onion with our potato and beets. That I'm going to chop this onion quick. Maybe I'm crying. Depend how strong the onion. Maybe I'm not. Even though I chop a lot of onion, but still, every time you chop it,
never get used to it.
Yeah, going to cry. There we go. Perfect. So when I cook for takeout dinner this coming Saturday, I use between 20 to 25 pound onion. It's a lot of chopping. That's the only way you can make when you think Ethiopian Eritrean food without onion and Bearberry. I don't think we can cook, because that's all we need: onion, garlic, ginger, and Bearberry. And the rest you can fix it. You can cook whatever available in the pantry, I guess. There it goes. There's one more. I hope you are having fun. Just cooking. I know one person is cooking with me, maybe. You're going to join. Hopefully, he didn't tell me. Your husband told me you're going to join. He's a good customer of mine from farmer market, and they love my food. The kids also. You are watching me. You're cooking with me. So I'm chopping the onion now. So we cook it. We chop them very small dice, because this knife is amazing. I don't own this knife, but whenever I come here, I enjoy using them. Very good. So this is the way we dice them. I hope you can see it. So I'm going to do things quick. Go.
I seem to have one person who's having some sound issues. If anybody else is having sound issues, let me know in the chat. I kind of have my phone up as an attendee, and it sounds okay on my end, but other people are having issues.
Okay. Did I'm talking slow or low?
No,
or
it would
just
be the
sound?
microphone. You're fine.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. If you don't understand me, please ask. I can repeat again. Sometimes I talk fast or slow. There we go. This is looking good. Okay. I think we're almost ready to start our sauce. The onion, I'm almost done. by the end of I'm living in this room, the whole place will smell food.
It always smells great.
There we go.
You gonna stir the mushrooms at all, or are you just letting them go?
No, I think we don't
Okay.
need to turn. Yeah, it will be all cooked even in roast even. So I have timer already. So one more to go, then we're done. Just perfect.
Your knife skills are amazing to watch. Lots of practice.
I think the knife, not me.
No.
It's really good knife. You know, I don't have that. Maybe better have I better on this kind. You know. Perfect. So this is our last onion, and we are about to start. Should I chop this one? This is the last one. A lot of onion. That's going to be shrink. So we cook them for 15 minutes. Okay, so this is ready. So we have a pan. This is a medium kind of pan. Oops. You can start with medium high heat, then we can make it low after our onion is cooking. If you are not in rush, always if you cook slow, it tastes better. You don't need to put too high, burn the onion. You just have to cook even and good. So this is it. This is about to start, and I'm going to add oil, and then we're going to chop our ginger. We have some ginger here, and we have garlic. We're going to chop, dice these two. Then after we finish this dice, we're going to go to the red beets. So let's start with the garlic. It's garlic. Nice.
Locals too. I forget which farm.
Oh well,
yeah,
that's why it tastes good. Then it's not me.
Yeah.
When you have a local, organic, a good vegetable, I bet it tastes different than normal. There we go. So let's use this between, it's say between 4 to 5 here, but this is a big garlic, so I'm going to use 4 of them. So I'm just going to dice them. So there we go. Before I'm dicing this, I'm going to put some oil. We're using canola oil, or if you have any favorite oil, that's okay to use for this dish. So, but right now we're using this one. I'm going to put some. No measurement for me. I'm just going to put. You can follow the measurement if you want.
Well, there's no measurement in the recipe either, because I know that's how you cook. You just said a good amount of canola oil.
This is the thing, because I don't think I'll be a good baker. I don't have much patience for measuring. I know how much oil, how much salt needs the dish.
So that was about half a cup. Maybe?
Yeah, half a cup is perfect for this one, because since you don't, especially if you are not planning to put any butter or any oil in the top, that's the sauce. So since we have a lot of onion here, we need that much oil. Okay, so let's chop our garlic. The garlic smells good. I love chopping all these vegetables. I don't know, maybe one day I will say I'm tired of doing it, but right now I call it my happy place when I chop vegetables. There we go. I'll move this one and then chop all this. You can dice them if you don't want to use your hand. You can use food processor. You can mix the ginger and garlic together. You can grind it together. So that's what I do when I cook for many people. I don't usually chop it with my hand, the garlic. I grind them with ginger together in food processor. So that's more easier and faster. Especially if you don't want to feel the garlic or ginger chewy, the food processor make it nice and smooth. So that way just you get the flavor instead of just chewing that. Okay, this we did. This is diced already. So we put it in the side. Then we're going to start doing the ginger. We're going to dice that one quick too. There we go. Okay, this is the ginger we have. So we can use half of it. This is about 2 spoons, maybe 2 teaspoons. So usually I use it for potato peeler, or you can use a spoon if you don't have this one. Spoon work too, like teaspoon. You can use that. Let's going to show you for you. This is a spoon. You can peel it. That way you don't even take a lot of skin when you use the spoon, just the top one. But for me, I found that the potato peeler is more quicker and easier. So. And some people, they don't peel the ginger. If you want to keep the skin, that's fine as well. There we go. Perfect.
It already smells really good in here. The mushrooms.
So the onion, keep checking the onion every 3-4 minutes. We don't want to stick in the bottom. So far it's looking smooth and good, but better to check it every 2-3 minutes. So I'm going to dice this one as well. There we go. Everything smells good, especially in cold weather. Feel this, I don't think you will feel cold. Will keep you warm.
Yeah, it was only like 40 degrees today is the high.
It's not too bad, but it's coming soon. Today.
We might get some snow on Tuesday. Next Tuesday they were calling for.
Oh my God! With the fall, I cannot complain. We had a good fall. For me, some people maybe this is not the really fall. Have to be a little colder, but I just enjoyed it. The little warmer degree, a couple of degrees warmer this year. I just love it. So we don't. It's okay if you can mix it and the garlic and the ginger. You can dice it together at the end. Since everything will go inside the sauce. So this is it. We almost ready to put it in after our onion is a little bit red and nice. There we go.
And I love that this is a recipe you could do to taste too. So if you love ginger, you could like triple the ginger.
Yeah, it's so exactly. It's not like exactly amount you have to do it. It's okay if you do a little extra garlic, little extra ginger. It's more is better, unless if you don't like the smell or the taste, it's just okay to skip it as well. But give it good flavor. And especially some people, they don't like the taste of the mushroom. So this will do it again. This is look like a lot, but still we're going to use it.
I'm excited.
Okay, I'm going to wash my hand, then we're going to chop our beets. Okay. Okay, so our potato already is ready. Thank you to Carrie. She did all this boil and wash and peel. You can see it. I hope you can see this one. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put them in the bowl, all this together. We're going to season it. After seasoning, we're going to put them in the oven. So this is our potato. There we go. And I'm going to chop the beets the same size of this one. Yeah. Using my same knife. We don't have any meat around, so we are safe to use the same knife. It's just the garlic.
Yep, and the beets were simmered for about 40 to 50 minutes, and then
Yeah.
I peeled them while they were still pretty warm to get the peels
Yeah.
off. So they're
So this one you can use it as salad, but today we're going to roast them in the oven. So I'm just chopping them this small amount. The size of the, it's a bite size maybe. Do you call bite size? The bite size, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, great. Then two more. It's my favorite, especially if you are celebrating Thanksgiving. This is a dish I take to friend house. The side dishes, you can add carrot if you want, but all the roots like root vegetable, you can do the same what we're doing tonight. Roast them, take them as a side dish. You have potluck, anything. It's easy to eat and delicious. I don't think I'm waiting for someone to tell me delicious. I cook and I say delicious. I think I enjoy my cooking, so sorry. I didn't wait delicious for you. So this is so far we did. So I'm going to add the onion too. Have to go in the oven together. So I'm going to put slice of onion in the top.
So somebody asked, could you do the potatoes and the beets, boil them in the same pot, add the potatoes into the beet pot for about 15 minutes at the end?
Yeah, you can do that, but the color all will be the same color at the end because the beet water already is red when you boil the beets. So when you add the potato, it changes all red. If you don't feel like that,
it was kind of like a weird reddish brown too.
Yeah,
it wasn't like a pretty red. It was
and plus
brown.
The taste maybe will take over the beets. Sorry, the potato will taste like the beets. So yeah. I think better to put it in different pots. Okay, our onion is almost getting ready. I'm going to put it a little bit slow. There we go. Perfect. So the onion, you don't dice the onion. You just put it a big chop like this. You can see it. So it just roast. It's gonna be roasted with that. So there you go. Right. We don't put some ginger here. If you want, you can add, but just put garlic. Then that's it. One garlic is enough. Big one.
Yeah, it was so weird when I was boiling these. It definitely started out pink, the water, and then it went like brown. I think maybe just because it boiled for so long, it was not a beautiful beet color.
I know. It's easy. You know, presentation is important. When you see it together like this, it's better than just see it. So I'm going to wash one more time my hand, then we're going to mix this with the seasoning. We're going to put it in the oven, and then this one is about ready for another Bearberry and tomato, everything together. Okay, perfect. So my hand is nice and clean. So we're going to put some olive oil for the dressing for them before we put them in the oven.
Made beets at home the other day and I didn't have gloves, and it makes you look like you've murdered somebody.
It was red for a long time.
Yeah, it gets under your fingernails and.
Yeah. So before I finish putting some seasoning for this, I'll show you what the onion doing here. It's already brownish and nice and cooked. So we are ready to put some Bearberry and then tomato on our seasoning. This is our sauce. So we have tomato. You can use fresh tomato, or this is we're using crushed tomato. Usually crushed tomato is good, or you can blend fresh tomato because it give it good sauce. If you put big chunk.
You want me to do the can opener?
Yeah, please. Yep. Thank you.
Of course.
So this is the spicy Bearberry we are using it, and I'm going to show you. Well, we like spicy, so I can do a little bit more, but if you don't like it or it's too much for you, you can do 1 spoon, half spoon, it doesn't have to be exactly 3 or 2. That we are doing a little bit 3. This is not the big spoon. It's tablespoon, but not the biggest tablespoon. So this is it. And especially if you are using this big tomato, reduce the heat. So it's not going to be too hot the way we tasted. So this is it. I put the tomato. Here. There we go. This is the sauce. This is the base. That's it. We need to put a little bit low. It can cook very slow until our mushroom is ready.
I smelled the mushrooms all of a sudden.
I know.
You didn't smell them at first, and now all of a sudden it smells like roasted mushrooms. It's great. I wish we had cameras that could send smells to people.
Smell it. Right? I know, that would be great. Sorry. So this is the sauce. You can see it's thick, so we can add a little bit of water, and then our timer is ready. 20 minutes for our mushroom. We'll take it out that, and we're going to put a little bit of water in our sauce. Okay. Major. Yep. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So I'm going to grab some water, add a little bit. There we go. So I'm putting a little bit of water. You can cover the pot because sometimes what happens is the sauce can be pop up and come to your face, come to your hand, or messes your stove. So if we cover it, that would be great. That would be not messy around. And then give it another 5 minutes, then we add in our...
That one's way too big.
Okay, we're going to add our ginger and garlic. Then before that, let's finish up this one and then put it in oven. So I am planning to put a little bit, let me see, this is curry seasoning. I usually put a little bit curry, then a little bit Bearberry. This is curry.
And then turmeric.
Yeah, do I have turmeric here? Yeah, thank you. So you put a little bit of turmeric. It's just, if you think the seasoning is not for you, you can change a little bit around. You can use different seasoning. So I'm going to put a little bit this. There we go. It's about half teaspoon I use. And then I have some Bearberry just to give a little heat. So it's about the same thing, half teaspoon. So we need salt and pepper, then we'll put it in oven. And salt, this is a little bigger salt. We don't want to put too salty. We want to taste all the flavors. So I prefer not to put too much salt in every food because I don't want the food to be just salty, have to be flavorful. So that's that. So let's put it now, mix it, and then put it in oven. Okay, so I'll take the mushroom out and put these dishes in the oven. You will see how it's going to be nice and smooth. There we go. So this is our cooking sheet for there we go. I hope you can see it, how nice and color. So you see what the potato, you can see it's not very red right now. If you boil it together, I don't think we'll have this color. You can see. So I just want to show you. Yeah.
Very fun.
There you go. So I'm going to put this in oven, take the mushroom out, then I'm coming back. Okay. Look good. Nice and toasty. And water. Brush 20 minutes. Okay, our mushroom is out. You can see.
Look how much it cooked down.
I know. You can keep a little bit longer if you want more like crunchy, but this is good for tonight. So I'm going to leave it alone until our sauce is cooking for a little 15 minutes more. Then we will add our mushroom to the sauce. So but just quick timer. Again, so you keep checking this one every 2-3 minutes, and then we can add our garlic and ginger, everything.
Is the order important? Like, why would you add the garlic and ginger now rather than adding it to the onion?
You can do before the Bearberry and so both ways. At least if you cook it between 15 to 20 minutes together, it doesn't matter which one is going first. But the sauce have to cook all this together. At least you can even cook it half an hour if you have enough time with the slow cook. So it's not gonna be changed. Some people, they put the ginger and garlic with the onion, but burn quick before the onion. So you don't want that flavor. You want this flavor to be slow cooked. So everything is here. You can see the sauce. So I'm going to add a little bit. You don't need too much water because we don't want the sauce to be watery. So I'm going to add a little bit of water. And at the same time, I'm going to cover it. Okay, so need 15 minutes to be cooked. The sauce, then we're going to add the mushroom. So then, if you have any question, please ask me. I would love to answer your question.
No questions so far, but yeah, if you want to talk more about...
That's a good thing. Maybe they understand what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I think so. I think people are getting it. If you want to talk more about where people, you talk about where people can find you.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mentioned earlier, I live here in South Burlington, but I do cooking class or catering or farmer market or take out dinner from Niski, Burlington mostly. So if you planning to buy my takeout dinner after you buy ticket online, you will get email from us from 7 days. Basically, they will explain what time is your pickup and location for the pickup for the food. So I will be in the kitchen. I have 2 helpers. Just come to the door, text us, we'll bring the food outside for you. So the meal it's for 1 person meal, but if you want, for sure, I don't think you'll finish it in dinner. You will have leftover the next day. So that's what I heard from people. You give us too much, the next day I have lunch or dinner. So yeah, if you see the price is $20 a ticket, that you will have 3 dishes. Definitely 1 meat, 2 veggie, or 3 veggie. If you are vegetarian, will be 3 veggie. And also come with Injera bread. If you don't gluten-free, you don't want to eat Injera, people email me, I'll make them gluten-free Injera, or I sub it with the rice instead of the bread. So I'll show you the bread, how it look like. Maybe some people you know, some people you don't. So I'll show you how it look like. I just made them this afternoon for our sauce to taste it. We need Injera to taste the sauce. So this is the bread. It's about 16-inch maybe. I have a skillet with cover. So you have to do 1 by 1 and cover it between 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes for 1 Injera. So you take it off, so it's bubbling. I don't know if you can see it. I can show you, don't have to touch it. I'm going to open the plastic a little bit.
Oh, you can pull one out if you want.
Yeah,
you'll be eating.
maybe we'll eat it soon. So if I open it, you can see it well. So this is Injera. It's bubbling, and I put like 50% egg flour. That's why it's a little darker. So I have barley and white flour. So this is 3 flour together. The egg is gluten-free. It's a grain. It's a little bit seeds, but it's a powder. And then a flour, not powder, a flour. Then barley flour and white flour. The white flour is that's why it's not gluten-free, because I add that. So yeah, it's very thin and soft and fluffy, spongy. It's sour. So you ferment it for 3 days, especially if it's winter or cold weather. But sometimes in hot and summertime, you just need it, even you can do it 2 days instead of 3 days fermented, because it's fermented quick. The reason doesn't turn well every time the same, because the temperature, the water, or that's why it's just changing slightly. Sometimes it doesn't turn well. So if you see bubbling all over, that's a good injera. And if I have sourness a little bit. So I'm going to check our sauce. It's very good. It's cooking nice. You can make low a little bit. Sometimes you don't want to be stick in the bottom, but it's cooking together. I really like it. And the smell is good. Yeah. And you can add a little bit of water as keep checking it. Okay. Yeah, so this one we eat it for lunch and dinner every single day. Where I came from, this is our main dishes. So you have to have this. If you don't have this, you have to cook pasta or rice. So rice is not something common a lot, but we cook rice as well. The preparation to have people is this one. For breakfast, we eat mostly bread, another kind of bread. So we eat a lot of bread. So it's homemade bread or store bread. We have kind of baguette bread, or homemade bread is the same size, big one. It's with yeast, and or you can have like pita bread, dry one. So we eat that. We don't eat egg every day for breakfast. We eat it maybe for weekend, for something different to change. But most of people drink coffee and tea in the morning, so they have to have small bread to go with that. Yeah. We don't have a big breakfast. We have big lunch and dinner, but we don't have a big breakfast option like here. And yeah, we have some croissant, but you don't go to coffee shop for breakfast most of the time. You go there for treat, weekend or something. And we have the best coffee shop. Some people, they ask me, do you have a coffee shop where you came from? Oh my God. The reason we have the best coffee shop, Eritrea is colonized by Italian for 46 years. So a lot of things, you can see I'm talking with my hand. It's a lot of things is we have that similarity with Italy. So in the capital city of Eritrea called Asmara, they call it Piccola Roma. It's like small Italy, small Roma. So we call it Roma, not Rome. Roma is Rome, you know, in English is Rome. But in Tigrinya, or my language called Tigrinya, or how we call it is Roma. So it's clean. It's what do you call the building?
The Colosseum, the big,
yeah,
or like the marble.
No, I mean the building is it's built short. We don't have rise building, so everything designed by Italian mostly. The road, the sidewalk. So we have a smaller, beautiful city. Yeah. So we have the best coffee shop. It's macchiato, latte, cappuccino, all this we have. So I took my kids a couple of years ago to Eritrea. So I drink every single day in coffee shop. Just, it's not big. It's very small glasses. And they give you with glasses. It's not a cup. What do you call a cup? Like a mug. Thank you. It's not a mug. I mean, for cappuccino, latte, maybe. But for the small espresso, or yeah, they give you glasses. And you can see the color. It's more coffee, little milk. My mouth is watering right now because I'm a coffee drinker.
Same.
So yeah, it's really, really, it's a good coffee shop. We have a good pasticceria, like the cake place.
Somebody asked why you cover the pot. They like to keep an eye on it, but they're noticing that you're covering it.
It's I don't know if you can see from the camera, but it's coming pop up.
Bubbling.
Bubbling. Okay, thank you. It's bubbling a lot, so you don't want to go everywhere. Plus, you don't want to burn. So yeah, if you make it low, maybe you could open it. But usually, the reason I'm covering it is just not to make mess. I can see it's maybe see all over. It's already here. That's why I'm covering it. Yeah, or you can even open a little bit halfway this way. So.
What would you say that you miss the most about moving here, and what do you like the most about moving here?
Oh, that's heavy question for me, deep question. But it's a great question. Yes, the most, first of all, the most I miss is my family. My parents still live there, so that's the most I miss being there. And here the most I like it is the opportunity. Or, you know, I'm a woman and you have right to follow everything. If you want to be a success, the opportunity is open for everybody, for women and men. So that's kind of sometimes people take it for advantage or for grant, you know, they don't understand. So all this is, I appreciate it. I live here, I live in Vermont, I do what I like. So those things, we don't have a lot of opportunity for young people there. So that's a big struggling. Other than that, the weather I miss after my family, the weather, the kindness, and the safety too, because sometimes they most of people maybe think Africa is maybe very bad. No, if you are a woman who walk 2 a.m. in the morning, nobody will touch you. I'm talking about Eritrea. I'm not talking about other Africans. Maybe it can be different everywhere, but where I came from is very safe for women. You can walk. It's not somebody will steal you or harm you or kidnapping you. No, 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 no. That's the most. It's just you need that in life. I guess it's important. So that's I miss. And then I mean I'm safe here too, but you hear so many news, then you just scare. You know that's yeah. The safety is different. I mean we have a war. Maybe most of you know. It's just because you know we need a good government. We need somebody think about people, not about seat, about being a leader. You know, they think only maybe that way instead of thinking about people. That's a little bit bad. But yeah, the most I like here is that I'm doing what I like. I see the opportunity for many people. It's open here.
Wonderful. We love having you.
Thank you.
Doing your thing.
Yeah.
So it's right around 6:30. We still have about half an hour left in class. So if anybody has questions that you'd like Mulu to answer, please type them in the chat.
2 minutes, we're going to add our mushroom. Okay.
And like I said, Mulu has done a lot of classes before, and she's done an Injera class. So if you want to see sort of the method of how the Injera works, it was a really fun video to make. So that is up on our website. You can see her pouring and cooking the Injera.
Perfect. Yeah.
Which I love it. You know, she said earlier, some people either love it or hate it. I'm one of the love.
That's wonderful. I'm going to show them the sauce because, you know, it's hard. You cannot see from the camera, so I have to pick it up to show you because I really want to show you how it looks like the sauce. You can see it hopefully slightly. So this is it. White thick because of the onion, the tomato, all the. And we didn't add too much water, so that's why you see. You can see it's coming. So even though I make it low, the heat still. And this one is, when you cook with gas, maybe it's not that much because this is flat burner. So that's why maybe it's coming harder. The bubble
smells so good.
Thank you. So the next time I open it, we're going to add the mushroom. We'll cook it maybe for 15 minutes just to be together. Then we check in 7 minutes, we're going to check our potato and beet. So we'll see. This is very simple. Maybe you can do it between 45 minutes and an hour. You can finish these 2 dishes. An hour, you will have lunch or dinner. So hopefully you will try it. I know you can do it. If you have any question, you can email me always. My email will be there.
Yep, put up Mulu's website. So Mulu's email is right on that website.
Definitely.
So you can contact her directly, or you can always, if there are any other questions or comments, they can get emailed to me and I will pass them on if that's
We are happy to assist you to make this sauce success at your home. It's if you want the ingredient, or if you have any question and you want to do it, or if you want to be in the cooking class. I have another cooking class. I didn't talk about that. The cooking class I do is Burlington Park and Rec. I have this coming Thursday. It's already full. It's in person. And we are going to cook together. It's hand-on, like you can chop, you cook together. Then you take dinner home with you. We used to eat it at the same thing here, even here. We used to eat together after we cook, but now you bring your container. If you don't have container, we'll provide the container for you. You take it home and eat it. So I have another class in December. It's if you go to Burlington Park and Rec, you can see it there. So I do another class that's interesting you. Let me Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, we're hopeful that at some point when it feels safe, we'll be able to get back to all cooking and eating together. Because normally with our classes, we would cook a large batch of whatever we're making.
I
We'd
know.
sit down and eat and talk. But COVID, unfortunately, we're just trying to play it safe. So
Perfect.
well, sometime we'll get back to that, I'm sure.
Okay. So I'm adding the mushroom. I hope you are following me. Are you with me, everybody? I hope you are still here. I want to. So this one have a little water. So since this is very thick sauce, it's okay to add it. If you think it's too much water, you can drain it. But that's a sauce, that's a flavor. We don't want to lose it a lot. So I'm going to put all this mushroom inside and mix it and cover it again. Then we'll see the result.
So I'm putting the Burlington Parks and Rec class link in the chat. So I'm going to scroll down.
Yeah.
And somebody commented that, quote, if it's true that food becomes infused with the personality and energy of the chef, tonight's dishes surely will taste delightful.
Oh,
so they're enjoying
appreciate for your kindness, kind word for me. Yes, I just love being here. And I know it's a work, but it's not only about work. It just I came with energy and positive, happy. So that makes sense. Yeah. But thank you for noting.
Taste the love.
Yes, taste the love. Yes.
Yeah, Mulu's definitely going to teach again with us in January, so keep an eye out for that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We'll release the recipe later.
Yeah, we can have one meat, one veggie. We'll let you know when it's time is closer. There you go. This is looking so good. And you can fit this up between 6 to 8 people if you have second dish. You can serve for 8 people dinner. Depend how big you want to eat for 6 to 8. So this is so far it's going on. So we're going to still cooking for another 15 minutes. And then I am going to check our potato. Think about time. We have 2 minutes left. So let's wait in 2 minutes. So jalapeno is people scared to eat jalapeno. No, don't scare. Because it's not all the jalapenos is too spicy. Even myself, I like spicy, but I don't like the chili, the small, I think it's called Mexican jalapeno or Mexican chili.
Yeah, or serranos.
Yeah, that one is too hot. Or some of them, the Asian, when you go to Indian restaurant or Asian, they have the hot one. No, my food is heat with flavor, not to burn your mouth and just not enjoy the food. Just sometimes you don't even feel it in one bite. After you swallow the food, you feel the heat in your mouth. So the jalapeno is just, usually I use it for curry, when I cook curry, lentil, curry chicken or something. But when you chop them and put them in little for flavor, it doesn't burn your mouth. So you can handle it. Try them next time, please. Yeah. They're delicious. Really, if you put a little bit salt, we have a thing we do next time, maybe we'll try it here. You just cut the jalapeno in half. Then you do like salsa, like onion, tomato. In fact, if you check it in Ethiopian restaurant, you can Carrie will send you how it look like. They call jalapeno. Then they put them in the top to make it cool down. The spicy. They put salsa in the top of them. They eat them raw. Forget the name, but yes, you can use jalapeno. In fact, here they add them in salsa. But
yeah, they're like stuffed with,
yes,
with
stuffed.
salsa.
Thank you.
Sinig?
Yes,
Sinig,
yeah. So that's we use them to make it cool down. Almost is like the salsa. If you chop them, put them in the tomato and the onion. Yeah.
I'm going to put a link in the chat that shows you what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Just a second. That looks cool.
Yeah.
They're like jalapeno poppers, but just stuffed with vegetables instead of cheese.
Then exactly. Then you just eat them raw. You don't cook them.
Yeah.
So it's good. So our timer is ringing. So let's check the potato, and I'm coming back. Voila, this is looking so good.
I've gotten better at eating spicy food being cooked for by Mulu. I'll say that. I've built up my spicy tolerance eating, which is great because she's right. It's not super, super spicy. It's just warm. All right, she's coming back.
So our dish is ready.
Oh.
If you want to toast it very toasted and crunchy, you can leave it more. But in this point, I'm going to take it out. We don't want to burn. We just need a little toasted. I did the way I did it. You can see the onion is toasted all over. Mostly the beet is toasted than the potato. But if you keep it another 5 minutes, we'll test it. But we're going to leave it. If you don't like to raw onion, you can keep it. So we're going to put them here. And then we will show you how we serve them in our dishes. I hope you're going to try this one. Sometimes the beets, they don't have flavor by itself. Maybe, I mean, some people, they boil them, they don't know what to do. So you can do this. If you don't want to roast it, you can use it as salad. Just boil them, the potato and the beets, and then add onion, jalapeno, all the seasoning. You can make salad, lemon, olive oil, and salt and pepper. So if you don't want to roast them, you can use a salad as well. But for us, we'll do it tonight. So none of the people is cooking with me tonight.
Yeah, well, when I sent the email out, I said, we're doing a couple steps ahead of time, so maybe not the greatest for cooking along. But
oh, no.
Because if they tried to start boiling the beets when we started, they'd be waiting for a long time.
Next time.
Next time, yeah.
Time.
Or
hopefully they will try. Perfect. This is looking so good so far. I hope it tastes good. We can't wait to taste it. So I'm going to chop jalapeno and put it in the top. And then that's it. I'm talking too much about my jalapeno. But we need it. We have to do it. Okay, let's put this one. And then I can bring this cutting board. And just let me wash my hand quick. I'm coming back. I have to touch the jalapeno with my hand. Okay, so the jalapeno already it's washed earlier. Okay, so we can use, you can move the seeds if you want, or you can keep it. Usually I keep it, but for now, just I'm not sure how many people will take this one, so we don't want to make them too hot. So just put some jalapeno with it. And when you serve it, you can serve it with that or without it. Excellent. So this is all for us for tonight.
Could you add jalapeno to the mushroom too if you wanted it spicy, or do you not really ever add
Not
jalapeno?
really. When we put Bearberry, usually we don't add jalapeno. In the dish we put Bearberry. Yeah. So this is it. This is ready. And I can't wait to taste it. Let me wash my hand one more time and check our sauce. Maybe 5 minutes. We'll be ready.
Yes, you always want to wash your hands after you touch the jalapenos.
Not
make a mistake of rubbing your eyes. Yep.
It's easy to forget to touch your face or your eyes, so better to wash it. Maybe I wash my hand for the day, I don't know, 100 times if I counted, because I have to.
So is Ingudai the word for mushroom?
Yeah.
Okay. And Tibs is just like sauce.
Tibs is salty. Like you see the tips earlier. What did it say in the top? Salty?
Yeah, I think like salt, like.
Yeah. It
That was
toasted
more like
or
a stir
salted.
fry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting there. It's looking good. So I'm going to put some salt. Then in 5 minutes, it'll be ready. So I'm going to put 1 teaspoon. Salt looks scary, bigger.
Kosher salt.
Kosher
it's not the fine sea
it's
salt.
not the powder, so better not to. I don't like too much salt, so I can put a little bit of pepper in the top, personally. So like I said earlier, this is clarified butter. I did it clarified, this one. You can buy from City Market, they have already clarified butter. So if you want to add it, that's so delicious as well. And if you don't want any dairy in the dish, you don't have to add any dairy. So I'll show you what look like the clarified butter from City Market. This is it's called ghee. This is the same thing. Ghee is a butter, like clarified butter. So you can use this one. It's really clear and delicious. It's a pure, like clarified butter. It's organic. There we go.
But you add spices to yours, right?
Yes, I add spicy when I boil it, when I clarify it. So I use fenugreek and then coriander. And I have ginger, garlic, and I use a little bit red onion and turmeric. I put a little bit, that's why it's a little yellow. I put turmeric at the end. So, I use bay leaf and then the other leaf to the bay leaf. Yeah. So the dry one, I use that one. You don't use the wet one. Usually the dry one, you have a little smell. So you boil it all, then you drain it. But this one, you can keep it for months in the fridge. So usually we don't have, not everybody have fridge where I came from. So they keep it, that's why they boil it maybe well. They keep this one in cool place for many months. It doesn't spoil.
Yeah, because you've taken the water out.
Yeah, we cook almost every single day because we don't have fridge to keep leftover. So if you cook lunch, you can use it for dinner if you have. So that's the reason we cook every single day fresh food, because not most of people have fridge, so you cannot keep leftover. Okay, this is looking so good now. It's not bubbling like crazy. So you can open it. And I can show you how it looks like. This is the sauce. So we are almost about to serve, and we're going to show you how we eat out, how we serve. I know people can use fork or spoon, but this is our traditional. We have to use every food our hand, except rice or salad or spaghetti. But we use our hand, have to be the right hand, not left hand. Yeah, and our injera is kind of pencil. We grab the sauce and in 2 minutes, I will show you how to do it. Let's start with injera. I can show you the injera first until the sauce. 2 minutes will be ready. I'll take one injera and then I can show you how we can do it. Usually, if you want, usually we put the whole injera in a big platter. So you put all the sauce in the top of the injera. If you have 1 dish, 2 dishes, whatever dishes you have, then you share it with people. We eat it as a family. We don't eat individual. Not every house. I mean, that's a traditional way, but in these days, people eat, they don't want germ, they don't want this, they eat individual. But mostly the immediate family, they eat together as a big platter. We have this maybe 20-inch platter, big one. We make the injera is big, so we put, but now we're going to do this way. We're going to cut half because the plate is small. You cannot put the whole injera there. So you have to open the injera this way. And then you can roll this in the side for, I'll show you how you can do it. Use it. Then if you want, you can use your hand or you can use knife cut it in half, and you put it in the side here. It's filling. Half injera can be enough because it's very filling, or you can do the whole injera as well, like I did now. So we put our sauce in the top. I'm going to start with this one since this is ready to serve. Put some potato and beets, a little bit jalapeno here. And then I'll bring another spoon for our sauce. Or I can use oh, right there. Okay, this is about get ready to serve. So I'm going to check it one more time. Yeah, it's look nice and thick sauce. I can do a little bit. You can keep it another 5 minutes with the slow. Just we are checking our time here. So this is the sauce. I'm trying not to touch injera. We don't want to put the spoon back. There we go. So voila, this is it. Our dish, what we make tonight. All this chopping together, we chop. You stay with me to chop too. So I will show you how we eat it. Usually you have injera in the side. You can cut the piece and then just jump in the sauce. Bon appetit. Then you taste it. Delicious. Very good. You know, mushroom cannot absorb spicy, so it's very hot and good. And then the potato and beets, you can eat it with injera or without. If you don't have this bread available, you can use rice for this.
Well, Mulu, thank you so much. I'm so excited to eat dinner together.
All yours.
Thank you to everybody who's watched us tonight. We really appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to send a survey link out in an email tomorrow, just wanting to know your thoughts in the class, ideas for other classes that you'd like to see. And like I mentioned, there are a bunch of Mulu's other classes are up on our website, so check that out and then stay tuned for January. But Mulu, thank you again so much.
Oh, no
I don't
problem.
see any other questions.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for watching, staying with me. Hopefully we'll try these dishes at home and we'll see you next time or see you around. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good evening.
Yeah, and if you do make it at home, send us photos. I'd love to see photos.
Love to see.
And I will forward them to Mulu. So everyone's just saying thank you so much in the chat. So we're going to end tonight's event, but have a great evening, everybody. Bye.
Thank you. Have a